I'm Kamisha Guild, and I wanted to come on and do a quick Q&A. This is going to be hopefully a short video, but I wanted to get into some questions that I know that is common around this time in tax season concerning dependents. Should you allow someone else to claim your child? So I had a client of mine send me a text message, and I'm going to pull it up so that I can have it verbatim. Now, I'm not going to mention the client's name because, of course, for confidentiality reasons, but I feel like this is a scenario that a lot of individuals find themselves in, and I just want to give you a clear legal answer so that you would have the tools and the knowledge to be able to navigate problems like these. She says, I'm sorry, I was having a dilemma, so I haven't filed my taxes yet, and I know I may have to pay back, but I don't want it to take from the amount I'm going to get from my son. So, is it best for him to file for him this year and I do it next? Okay, so this is a pretty loaded question and it has a lot of moving variables. One of the first things that I see is she's concerned about owing back this year. Now, this particular client is self employed, and if you are a self employed individual or you receive a 1099 from an employer, that means that they're not taking out taxes for you through the year. Self employed individuals are one of the highest tax individuals, okay? But they also have the ability to reduce their tax liability by taking business qualified deductions. And some of those deductions include home and office expenses, business related travel and meals, health insurance premiums, professional legal fees such as tax prepare or accounting, marketing and advertising, and business vehicle expenses. Now, those are not all of the qualified business expenses that a self employed individual could take, but those are some of the most common ones. Okay, and so we'll address that. And also, she is concerned about having to pay back, and she don't want it to take from the amount that she's going to get for her son. So what I'm hearing that she thinks that the fact that she owes or have a balance due or a tax liability, what we would call it in tax language, is going to reduce the amount that she's going to get for her son. So let's address that. First of all, you cannot claim any of the child tax credits, any of the dependent credits, or any of the earned income credits unless you have income. Okay? That's number one. Number two, that's what they're designed for. These child tax credits and earned income credits are designed to help working low income families be able to close the poverty gap. That's why the tax law have voted for these provisions and these credits so that children are not impacted and they can have the things that they need and their families can sufficiently provide for them for the remainder of the year. These credits are designed to go to the individuals who are providing more than half of the child support and whom the child lives with for more than 6 months out of the year. And that's the qualifying dependent checklist that we look at. That's the qualifying terminology that we use to be able to see if an individual is able to actually claim this child so that they can receive these credits. So that kind of goes it answers the next question is, so is it best for him to file for him this year and I do it next? Now, this is murky water, okay? Because unless you have an agreement that we are going to file the child alternatively, that is up to you 100%. Now, in a lot of these situations, I never really see it go well, because typically the person who files the child and becomes accustomed to filing a child will always want to file the child, and then you will be fighting for your rights to file the child ever again. That is going to be disadvantageous, especially if you're the person who really needs to file the child, you're the person who needs to owe. Because at the end of the day, if you are the legal guardian, the legal custodian, and a child lives with you, and you are providing more of 50% of the child support, you should be getting those credits. That money should be coming into your household, and no one else should be filing the child. Okay? It sounds like the child's father may be pressuring her to allow him to file the child. And legally, only the custodial parent or the person who meets the IRS criteria that I mentioned before, the child living 6 months out of the year with the person, and the person providing more than 50% of the support of the child. Those are the criteria. And of course, the dependent must be under the age of 16. Well, 17. Correct me. If you claim your child rightfully, you're not taking away from the credits. You're using them as they were intended to support your household. So that being said, please, please, please understand the tax law, understand your rights, understand that once you allow someone else to file your child, it is going to be extremely hard for you to be able to do so in the future, especially if that person in the IRS see that there's another person who typically files a child, and that's going to get you involved in having to fill out tax forms to reclaim your right to file the child, or reclaim your right to the earned income tax credits and child tax credits. You don't want to create more problems with the IRS in the future than now. You want this season to be pretty much easy and as straightforward as possible. I know that there's a lot of complicated tax situations out there, and IRS tax code can be very confusing. But in this particular scenario, we're talking about two individuals who want to file the same child, and who should file that child. And it should be 100% the custodial parent who provides most of the support. And I hope that answers your question. I hope that if anybody else is going through a situation like that this video will find you and help you and give you the tools and the knowledge to be able to move forward with a clear conscience that you are going to file your child and you are going to get those credits. If you have any questions or concerns, please reach out to me. My name is Kamisha Guild. I could be reached at KamishaGuild@gmail.com if you have any questions. And the name of my practice is Gig Tax Help. Until next time.